Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today, you never know what you'll find at pop, art, books, culture. I also prepare Dan noodles. They're easy and delicious. But first, save money and consign and make money at the Purple Peacock in Poland. Well, we are here in Poland at the Purple Peacock Consignment Shop, and this is Leslie, the owner, and you have curated quite a collection of clothing.
Yes.
And this is all through people that are consigning with you.
Yes, all consigned.
How does that work?
So people bring their items in, and we look at them and see what we can accept, and we pay 50% to our consigners when the item sells.
And if the item does not sell, can the consigner get it returned to them?
We don't return clothing, but we do return designer bags and high-end jewelry.
And what about shoes?
Depends if they are designer, we will give those back, but otherwise those.
So who is the jury? If I bring in a bunch of clothing and like they say, wow, you have really crappy taste or you have really cheap stuff. How do you, I mean, that's got to be a little touchy.
It's difficult too when we have to, reject something.
Yes.
But, we don't take fast fashion, Shein. We stay away from unless it's resellable. It has to be resellable. It's a 90-day period. And after the 90 days, if it doesn't sell, then we donate to different women's organizations.
But you're trying to move this out the door.
Yes.
So you have that sale right at the end of the season.
Right, the bag sale, which is a huge hit with everybody.
$25.
Fill a bag.
As it fits in that bag.
As long as it fits in the bag, $25.
I mean, that's so...
Yeah.
And people have got to really be looking forward to that.
Oh yeah, they line up outside the door.
I hate ordering stuff online.
Right.
Because, especially jeans.
And people want to touch and feel it and see it and then try it on, like you said.
If it's itchy and if it's not itchy.
Yeah, or if it fits right. So it's a nice old-fashioned way to shop.
And then, do you request that it's all cleaned or dry cleaned?
Oh, yes.
Because the jackets here, they look amazing.
Yes.
I mean, these are nice.
We make sure that there's no stains, tears, odors, pet hair, everything. It can't be wrinkled. It has to be on hangers or folded neatly in a laundry basket. We'll have our bag sale in February, and then after that, we do the inventory, we take it down, donate to different organizations, and then we start taking spring end of February.
What's the last thing you bought that was new and not from this store? Because obviously you are just...
I shop here, so I don't buy anything new from anywhere else.
Underwear and stuff like that.
But
do you take underwear?
No, we don't take active wear unless it has tags on it.
Okay.
But we do not take active wear or pajamas or even tennis shoes, used tennis shoes, because it's kind of icky sometimes.
The most desirable thing that people really are looking for.
The purses are a huge hit, and we sell a lot of tops and sweaters. And
you go through those pretty quickly.
Yeah, right. And then jewelry is another big ticket item.
Now, do you have any?
We have a Tiffany necklace right now that's gorgeous. We have several different.
So it's not just costume. You have
right. We have
fine
some
jewelry
high-end,
too.
Yes.
Now, how do you determine your pricing? So this is a used skirt, but this is adorable, by the way, the snake print. And how would you come to figure out what to charge for this?
Well, we look at the name brand to see what it is. And, over the years, I've been in business 6 years now, so I've just learned what things should sell for. And we have a generalization, mostly skirts and pants will go for $19, unless it's a higher end designer piece. But,
wow.
And then if it's something unusual we don't know, we never heard of, we look it up.
I love this. And this is brand new. See, bought it in vain, never used. $40, and you've got it here for $21. Never been used. See, look at that. Of all the things that people are coming here to consign, what are you always in need of?
Always in need of dress pants, wide leg jeans that are in style now.
Right now, yes.
Accessories. Accessories are
Scarves
always
and
in
things
yes,
like that.
Yes. And winter coats right now too. So
Winter coats, yeah. You've got quite a few. I see
Yes.
you got puffers and wool and all
Yes.
that stuff. And those are the things that are so expensive. And if you have, very lightly used ones, those are a really good deal.
Right, they are.
And no menswear.
No menswear.
You don't want to start messing with that yet.
No, not yet.
Women are not.
Plus, we need more space. We're so stuffed in here.
I
right
know.
now.
And you started out with furniture.
Yes. 2001, I opened Consigned Furniture, Purple Peacock, in Canfield. And then I had some health issues, so I had to close. And then a few years after I started feeling better, I said I can get back into the business, but furniture, it's heavy, you need more space, you need a lot of overhead. So I thought, well, let me try the clothing and jewelry and accessories.
Wow, and it's
that's
taken off.
It's taken
How long
off.
have you been here?
Well, we were in Canfield for 4 years, and then we moved here 2 years ago. So 6 years we've been in business.
And they're following you?
Yes. And we have new people coming in all the time.
Now, Bobby, that looks cute. See? Now, I think
Fits
that
me.
works for you.
Yeah, I love it.
I like that. Bobby and Katie, these are the other jurors that help you make the decision
Yes,
on what you're going to take or not take.
right. Bobby is a volunteer. She's kind enough to volunteer here at the store. And Katie is the manager and also my stepdaughter.
And you volunteer for clothes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, see, you got to take the payment.
Yes.
But no, I really think that you guys are doing a really good job out here. I mean, you've got really nice things. They're clean, and you've got all the sizes.
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate you having us on, because I think
Thank you for coming.
I've got to do some shopping. So I really we got to wrap this up, Gino. And just
so
go
you can shop.
to the website, and you'll get all the information on the Purple Peacock. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. This is Senior Solutions, brought to you by the Reese family, the owners of Briarfield Healthcare Centers. This new series will explain care programs available to your family. Right now, we're at Briarfield Place in Boardman. Do I have to have my doctor come here to check my progress, or do you have doctors on staff?
We have a medical director in each skilled nursing facility who will follow you while you are rehabbing at our facility and then communicate with your primary care physician your progress and any updates.
And then that will determine how long I need rehab and if I can or can't go home.
Yes, the physician will be a part of that, as well as the team of therapists, the nursing staff, social services, the dietitian. It's a whole team approach that will determine what is the best option for you after rehab.
Briarfield knows you have lots of questions, and they have the answers. With Senior Solutions, you'll have a clear understanding of Briarfield's care programs.
At Window World, family is the heart of our business.
And we're committed to giving you the family treatment too.
From your free estimate to installation and long after, whether replacing windows, entry doors, or the siding you've dreamed of.
We promise to treat your home like it's our own.
It's what we've stood behind for all these years, and for years to come, we'll continue to say,
Not only do we stand behind our windows, we stand on them.
You won't go home hungry from Carmela's. Come see us for family-inspired Italian favorites. We're open 6 days a week for lunch and dinner. Carmela's Cafe Italian Eatery, just like Grandma used to make, on Western Reserve Road in Boardman.
Weight loss goals aren't one size fits all. At Hurricane Health and Wellness, we understand the struggle. We've been there too. That's why we offer the most popular, effective weight loss medications at an affordable price. Look and feel your best today with Hurricane Health and Wellness.
Form your unwanted jewelry into cash at Kamara. Bring in your gold, silver, watches, precious gems, and more to Kamara. November 11th, 12th, and 13th, and our expert buyers will make you a fair offer on the spot. Whether it's a piece you've outgrown or something that no longer fits your style, Kamara will help you declutter your jewelry box and earn some extra cash at the same time.
Get real, get Kamara.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Today I'm going to make for you one of the quickest side dishes or full-size dish that you've ever had. It is the Dan Dan noodles. And I was gifted a couple jars of chili crisp. You know, I never use this in my cooking. And it is the main ingredient for Dan Dan noodles. But this is the Momofuku. And it's not a really, really hot one, but some of them really can get hot. But there's garlic and chili flakes and oil, and it's really a nice addition to a lot of dishes. But the Dan Dan noodle is so easy. This will come together, I swear, in about 5 to 10 minutes. So let's go over the ingredients, and I'm going to make for you Dan Dan noodles. For this recipe, you'll need 2 tablespoons of natural peanut butter, 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of rice vinegar, and 1 teaspoon of honey, 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil, 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, 2 tablespoons of chili crisp, 1 tablespoon fresh ginger minced, and 3 cloves of garlic minced, 2 green onions chopped, white and green parts, 1/2 cup of cilantro chopped, and 3 3-ounce cakes of ramen noodles, spices discarded. Well, this is a lot of common Asian ingredients, the sesame oil, the rice vinegar, and you could use a sesame paste, but I'm just using a natural peanut butter. This will go right into the base sauce. So let's assemble that in a medium-sized bowl. We'll get all that out. Then we're going to add the soy sauce. We'll add the rice vinegar. That gives it a little punch. We'll also add the honey. That gives it a little sweetness. You can also use just regular sugar if you'd like, same amount. And we also are going to add the sesame oil, and that really has a nice flavor. And a little bit of salt. So we'll whisk this up and get it all combined, because this is the base of the sauce. And man, once we start cooking, this comes together so quickly. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll just sprinkle the onions right on top. We are not going to mix them in yet, so just leave them right here. Now we're gonna go to the stove. I've got water waiting to boil, and we are going to heat up these ingredients, the chili crisp, ginger, and garlic, and this will be assembled really quickly. In this little skillet, I'm heating up the star of the show, the chili crisp. I'm just getting the oil nice and loose and getting it nice and fragrant. You can hear a little bit of a sizzle. And now I'm going to add the ginger. Hear that? And the garlic. And we're just gonna combine them for a little bit. There we go. Just get it all mixed together. And that's it. All right, so I turn this off, and now we dump it right here. Listen, hear the sizzle. Isn't that nice? So now we put all of this on top of our onion and paste. And then we just mix it all up. So easy. Now, I've got those 3 cakes of ramen noodles. I'm doing it to package instructions. I will boil them for 3 minutes, and this dish will be done. So now what you do, you don't even have to drain them in a colander. What you do is take the noodles and put it right on top of this sauce, because a little bit of extra water helps loosen things up. and helps it spread a little bit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it looks a little messy, but
no, it smells amazing.
Look at this. Oh my gosh. So we got most of the noodles out. Little noodly noodles.
You want me to get that out of your way?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reach around there.
And then you just toss it, right? Oh, look at this.
Wow.
I mean, look at how the sauce just starts clinging to it. You don't want to leave any of that goodness at the bottom. And then for the finishing touch, fresh chopped cilantro. Oh,
okay.
This works perfectly. Again, we'll give it another little toss.
Mix all that green stuff
Mix
up.
all the green in, because this has to have something fresh. You ready?
I'm ready.
So here you go. Now this is a little hard to eat. I'll give you just a little bit so we don't
Okay.
slurp it all over us. And then, now listen, you could add protein, you know, chicken or pork. Any of that would work well, but this could be a main course or a side. It's really good. And can you believe how quickly that came together? I think the longest part was chopping and grating all that stuff. So here we go.
Okay, ramen.
Ramen, the noodles are really
Ramen it is.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, there's heat from the chili grits, but it's not that overpowering heat.
It sneaks up on you.
It does, but it's like the Calabrian peppers.
Yeah.
You know, there's that upfront heat, and then it just dissipates once you eat the whole thing. Love the peanut butter. These are all pretty common ingredients, and I love it. Quick meal to throw together. And I like a nice crisp. We're gonna go from Japan to Spain.
Okay.
Okay, little Albarino, nice
I hope
white
it's a
wine.
one-way ticket.
Cool things down.
Wow.
Right there.
That's fantastic.
It really is good. And you saw how quickly it came together. Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. Look for the recipe for Dan noodles, because they're good. Cheers. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor. Well, you might remember my buddy Abby. She is with the Boo Squad. And now you're in how many years at the Boo Squad?
4 years.
4 years. I mean, you've helped a lot of people, haven't you? Why do you love the Boo Squad so much?
Because we get to help people.
And you are about to help a lot of people because this is your big time of year, Thanksgiving. Now, last year I know you fed quite a few families. What are we looking at this year?
500 families.
500 families. You are going to help all those people, help pack the boxes and get everything ready. So we need some ingredients. Where do I go to get those ingredients?
The Boo Squad Facebook page.
So we'll go to that and then we'll buy all these items and we're going to deliver them to Jason Tarr's State Farm Agency right here on Western Reserve Road in Poland. And another location is Direction Home of Northeast Ohio, and that's over on Meridian Road. And you can also make monetary donations. That's available on the website. What is our last day to make these donations?
November 9th.
November 9th. And Abby is personally going to box these dinners, and I think that's terrific. And they really do a lot all year long, but you guys really concentrate on Thanksgiving. So go to their Facebook page, go to Boo Squad on Facebook, and you're gonna get all the information you need to help someone this Thanksgiving season.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Robbie Fellman. And I'm John Stanko from Boardman Subaru, home of the new Subaru Forester Hybrid. And introducing the all-new 2026 Subaru Crosstrek Hybrid. Two of the most fuel-efficient Subarus ever, standard with our legendary symmetrical all-wheel drive. And the safety and all-season capability that you know and love from Subaru. Come test drive the new Crosstrek Hybrid or new Forester Hybrid today. Only at Boardman Subaru, just south of Route 224 on South Avenue.
Locally sourced is good, whether it's ingredients or a bank, and that's why my bank is Farmers National Bank. Since 1887, Farmers has remained rock solid through every economic condition. Having a bank with a history of safety, soundness, and conservative management is a must. It all boils down to this. You need a bank that will help you reach your goals. I do too, and Farmers is mine. Farmers National Bank, rock solid. Craig Dester is the owner of a used bookstore and art store and comic book store right here on Market Street in Boardman. Please pronounce the name of your business for me.
This is
because there's an exclamation mark.
There is. It's POP! Exclamation point. Art, books, culture.
So it's POP.
It's POP.
POP.
We're an award-winning bookstore. We won the Vindicator Reader's Choice Award in
Really?
2024
Whoa,
and 2023.
excuse me.
Yeah, so
Walking
I
in
mean
some tall grass.
that's a nice award because it came from people who shop here.
You came from Colorado.
Yes.
And when you opened this store, where did you get all the used books? I mean, how did you acquire those?
Some of these books come from donations.
Right.
Some of them we did purchase kind of on the secondary market, but most of these books come from people bringing them in for store credit. The nice thing about used bookstores is that they're really kind of a reflection of the community, because it's people from the city bring their books here and want to share them with somebody else. And people have an aversion to like throwing, they do not want to throw away books.
And it's, you don't know what to do with them. The library can only take so many.
Exactly. We have a book club that meets here. It meets twice a month. It's one book club. There's 2 sessions because it had actually grown so large. We had to split it up into 2.
Nice.
So yeah, so that's nice. We also have a we call it the Slow Readers Fantasy Book Club.
Okay.
So I've had several people approach me wanting to do fantasy books for our book clubs, and I've always said no because they tend to be very large books, not something you can read in a month. But somebody approached me with this really great idea that they would break it down into 200-page chunks, and we would read a book that way and break it down, so it'd be like 2 or 3 months or more of that book, and then we just discuss the 200-page chunks at a time.
So other than the used books, though, your real passion lies in your comics.
Well, I do enjoy comics. That is really where I started to read. I was never a big reader really until I started the store, but I'd always been a big fan of comics and graphic novels. I had some side businesses before the store opened, doing some different things with that. That is really where my passion lies. That and I also really enjoy selling the artwork here too. So those are the 2 things.
No, I mean you really have. So do they come in just with their artwork and you kind of you are the judge and jury on that?
Well, a lot, yeah. So I mean we take in a lot of local artists. It's hard for local artists to, I mean a lot of times it's hard for local artists to even envision themselves being an artist. Yeah, exactly. So this gives a venue for people to show their artwork.
And do you find that other people are looking for that stuff and it sells pretty well here?
Yeah, I mean, people, especially in this area, I think people are always looking local first. People want local artists. They want to represent the community, and when they find somebody that they like, that they can show, that they can proudly hang on their wall. It's somebody that's not just like a typical thing that you'd buy at Target or wherever. It is something different, and it represents the community.
Your journey to Youngstown. So Colorado is really where you're from.
Yeah.
Your wife is from this area.
My wife is from this area.
So she met you out in Colorado?
Yeah, we met in Colorado. We got married.
What made you come to our area?
We had family out here. My mother-in-law lives in Canfield. And then additionally, we kind of needed a change. We kind of got it priced out of Colorado, which I think has happened, unfortunately, to a lot of people. And my wife was coming out here. She had worked for the schools and was coming out here for 2-3 months during the summer anyway, and it was just seemed natural to kind of make that jump.
What's the process if I do want to sell you some books?
Well, so we never buy books, but you can trade books in for store credit. We have some guidelines on our website at popabcstore.com. Our general philosophy is that every book deserves at least one more chance to get read. There are some books that we can't take in, or we get so many of them that it really kind of clogs things up. Like, we don't take in romance novels or cookbooks and things like that, because we get so many of them like donated in the first place. But like sci-fi fantasy books, we'll take in as many as you have. We try to limit it to about 25 at a time for everything else, like fiction and detective and thriller, things like that, just because it's just me processing them, so I need to get them out on the shelves as opposed to the second bookstore that I have that's in my stockroom right now trying to get out. So comics and graphic novels, we will occasionally buy for cash, but it's a little bit different.
It's more like a collector or something like that.
Exactly, and our needs for comics are a lot different than, say, like a lot of the comic book stores, because really, like I said, our comic books are discount comic books. They're the comics that people read as opposed to the ones that they collect. So
now, if I wanted to join in on, your book clubs, and you have a lot of different events that you hold.
We do, yeah. So we do. We have a book club that meets once a month. It meets twice a month. It's one book, but we broke it into two groups so make it to accommodate our customers a little bit better. And then
And you always are accepting new members?
There's really no members. You just show up. Just show up. You read the book and then you show up. And then we have there's the Slow Readers Book Club that we talked about. I'm thinking about starting a third book club for people that specifically focuses on super short books. On average, most Americans will read 12 books a year, but that number is the average. So that incorporates all the people that read like 100 books, 150 books a year, and also the people who read 0. So that average incorporates all that.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is, I don't think I've ever met anybody who said they wanted to read less. Everybody always wants to read more.
Exactly.
So, and finding strategies and finding ways to do it are and finding something that works for you, whether it's audiobooks. Ebooks are available now. We can get ebooks through our partnership with bookshop.org. You can get, if you wanted new books, we also have a partnership with bookshop.org.
So if I came in here and wanted to order the latest, New York Times.
I would give you a contact information for Bookshop, and they would, we get a cut of that, but you would order it from them and they send it directly to your door, just like Amazon, except you're not paying to shoot billionaires into space. So
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.